Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I had some shit to take care of, but we're here now. Thank you very much for the sub for the 5 months there, Crocker Puppy. Appreciate it. Do I have audio coming out of the right places? That's the question here, though. That's the question we all have on our minds right now. Let me just sort this out, just make sure everything's all good. But it's Gamescom, lads. It is Gamescom. So this should be pretty hype. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to show. This is the first of 2 major events, I believe. I don't think there's any more than that. If there are, let me know. But it's Microsoft today. Microsoft have their event, their Xbox event. We don't really know, to be honest, what they're going to show here. They've not really said anything. Which, you know, partially leaves me to... Let me just test this. Yep, okay. They're just showing flight sim. But yeah, so that leaves me a little bit. Either they've got some, we're gonna see some really big, we're gonna be surprised by some good shit, or they've got nothing to show us. I feel like it could be the latter. I'm not expecting to see a Halo, definitely not Fable. Probably not even Forza Motorsport, honestly. I'm kind of expecting an update on like Horizon. Forza Horizon, not Horizon Zero Dawn. Forbidden West. Maybe some more flight sim updates. I'm really not expecting anything big. I am really not expecting anything big from this event. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be this stream will go up as a VOD on my VOD channel. It's Lasboy VODs. After we are done. So do not worry about that. If you want to catch up on the stream, this will be on my VODs channel, which you can find linked below. And if there's any important reactions, like if there's anything cool to see, then I will clip them. I do have, and I'll put them up on It's Last Boy. But I do have some other stuff to talk about. When this event is over, I have some stuff that I want to go into, talk about tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll wait. Saints Row is tomorrow, yeah. As is Lego Star Wars.
Thank you for subbing, you sassy little
champ. Ollie.
Popping in to give luck in announcements and make note of my 4-month loyalty.
Thank you so much for the 4 months. Good stuff. Is it depressing stuff? No, it's not depressing stuff. Don't worry. It's all good. It just, it's just, you'll see. You'll understand. I will talk about it after the event, though. But yeah, hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully. We'll see. But I'll explain it. Like I said, I'll explain why maybe not, and why I might be, and what my plan is for tomorrow, for the event. It's nothing big. It's nothing big. It's not like an announcement. It's just like a piece of news, a piece of information that I've been keeping to myself, just until tomorrow. Yeah. And whether I can stream Gamescom or not will rely on a bunch of factors. And like I said, you're gonna think I'm fucking insane, but there you go. That's how it goes. How long is the event? Probably like an hour. Do I know anything? Yeah. I've told the pillars. It's, you know, it's nothing big. Just personal stuff, but probably gonna be away for a bit. But if I can catch the event tomorrow and just flick on a camera, then I will. But I'll update you all at the end of the stream. I did see the Spider-Man trailer. I thought it was a great trailer. I thought it was a really good trailer. Gets me excited for Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to it for sure. So that's fun. Yeah, only good thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer, to be honest. I thought it was really nice. Like, obviously, if you're looking for a personal Spider-Man story, this is not the one, but it's gonna be a fucking fun time. So, you know, are you getting your brain cut about? I'm not, no. Sadly, I would like them to cut it out completely. But no, I'm not. I watched the Tobey Maguire movies as a kid, so it's gonna be fun seeing William Dafoe's Green Goblin. Yeah, for sure. And having bloody it's just gonna be fun. It's just gonna be a fun film. It's gonna be one of those films where you just don't really know what's gonna happen. Like, you know, who could pop up? What could we see? It's gonna be fun. Whether the movie will age well and in, you know, a year's time we'll still love it, who knows? But that first viewing is probably gonna be a shit ton of fun. So yeah, you know. Seen the trailer for Star Wars Visions. I skimmed it because Mario put it on my timeline. It looked whatever. I don't care. It looked pretty. But yeah, I don't really care about Star Wars enough. But there you go. I hope Saints Row 5 is like Saints Row 2, not Saints Row 3 and 4. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it looks like it based on the little announcement image, and obviously we're not gonna know till tomorrow. But their little like announcement image for like because it's a reboot. It looks like they're going right back to the roots because it's spray paint on a brick wall with the Saints logo. Like, it looks... I think it might be a little bit more stylized and whimsical than Saints Row 1. You know, that game was quite stylized and, you know, cartoony in ways. Saints Row 2 was a bit more so. I think it will be like that focus, but I think it'll be with the style of like a Saints Row 3 and 4. So I'm expecting the style of 3 and 4 with the vibe and the tone, but I'm expecting the focus of Saints Row 1 and 2. So it's going to be, you know, on the ground about, you know, cars and guns and being in part of a gang, but it will have that style of Saints Row 3 and 4 where it was over the top, it was silly, it was comical, which I think is a good middle ground and like a good way to go, because I like all Saints Row games, to be honest with you. Like, my favorite is Saints Row 2, but I do like Saints Row 3, and I actually really like Saints Row 4, for various reasons. I think I enjoy Saints Row the same way I enjoy Fast and Furious. In the Fast and Furious, the first like 4 films, maybe even 5 films, are like the best films, and they get progressively more ridiculous. But even when you get to to Fast and Furious 6 and 7, yeah, they are insane and like it's going crazy, but the focus is still on the characters and the heart of it all. And that's what I really like about Fast and Furious, is when you get to the bottom of it, it really is a film series about character, about relationship, about family. But it is about that. It is about that, and I love that about it. It's got so much heart. And I think Saints Row had the same. Like, when you play Saints Row 2, it's got so much of Saints Row 1 in it. And when you play Saints Row 3, it's got so much of Saints Row 2 in it. Like, seeing these characters again, being in this world again, they remember events that happened before. Like, it feels like a continuity. And I think a lot of sequels don't do that well. A lot of sequels just drop it, and they're just like, oh, we're doing a new story now. Whereas what I really liked about Saints Row is that every single time there's a new game, we get the same guys come back, and we get that same story, and we get to see where they go next, and they've got the same relationships, and it's just good fun. And so, although this is a reboot, I hope I mean, I don't know. I actually don't even know what I want from it, because what I would have liked is to see, like, not really a reboot, but the same like, I like the characters. And so we don't have those anymore. We're starting from scratch. So I mean, will we have a rebooted Johnny Gat? Like, what are they gonna do in terms of that? I just don't know. But Earth was destroyed in 4. Yeah, but you can just retcon shit. Like, you know, you could just go back and be like, oh, this happened actually instead. Like, I don't know. It's Saints Row. I don't think the canon really matters that much. You could even say, like, Johnny Gat died in 3, and then they're like, actually, no, he was just abducted by aliens. So it's like, you know, you could just say the Earth wasn't destroyed. They just thought it was. But I don't mind. I don't mind. Hey, Prongs, thanks so much for the 4 months. Let's go. What time is the event? It's in 7 minutes. So we are very close. We're very close. It's reboot though. Yeah. Yes, we won't have to worry about that. But like I said, but I was just saying, if I would prefer it almost if we did. But I don't mind. I mean, it depends, because if it's like a Modern Warfare situation, like Modern Warfare was great, and then the reboot was also good, but like it's not COD 4, is it? And so it's like Saints Row could be great, but it's not going to be the same characters in that same world. It's going to be something new, and like I'm going to give it a chance though, because I love Saints Row. Thanks for the bits, Angel Extreme. Elden Ring today? Maybe. Probably not. Probably tomorrow if we're going to see it. But I also don't. I feel like we might not. Hey, thanks Bronx for the 1 bit. I just hope they have the English guy, the British guy that you can choose for the male boss, because that's great. That's great. Shawnee and Pierce are unknown to be in this game. Gat is confirmed. Oh, really? They've confirmed Johnny Gat's confirmed. Well, I mean, he's pretty much the face of Saints Row. Not the main character, because the main character can be anyone. Johnny Gat is the face of it, I guess. Be interesting to see how they reinvent it, though. Because, like, it's not a remake of Saints Row 1. It's a reboot. So they're actually doing something different. But what could they be doing that's different and better? Who knows? I'm interested, though. For sure, and hopefully I'll be able to tune into that tomorrow. Skywalker Saga, yeah. Skywalker Saga is tomorrow, I think. Along with Saints Row. Saints Row and Skywalker Saga are tomorrow. Are you still going to do Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga for Horsey and Fox? I've read that wrong. Yeah, we are. We'll still be doing it. I think we're doing Horsey and Fox. Yeah, we are. A week on Saturday. So the 4th of September, I think we're going to be back. As long as everything goes well and we're good to go, then 4th of September we should be back on Horsey and Fox. And I think we're going to be doing two things. Gee, I almost sneezed and then it just went away. 2 things we're going to be doing for that first stream back is Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer. Maybe a run or 2 of that. Maybe just a single run, because it's going to take us a while to get to grips with it. And then also, I think we're going to try and tackle the Final Fantasy VII Remake secret boss they added with Intermission. I'm going to try and beat that, because why not? Why not? But that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I look forward to starting that back up again. Are you playing Dying Light 2? Maybe. Probably not. I haven't played the first one, so I need to play the first one first, I think. But we'll see. Oh yeah, if the stream is doing the thing where it's skipping itself around, change your quality setting. So let me show you. So see here, click on the settings, go to quality, and change it from auto to one of these, and it'll stop that from happening. I don't know why it happens, but it does for some reason. So just select like 1080p 60 or 720 60 rather than auto, because auto makes the stream skip back and replay frames, and I don't know why. It must be because it's going up and down in quality rapidly. It's probably an internet issue. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out how to fix it on my end, so I'm encoding less. But that's how you can fix it. So there you go. It's an issue on Twitch's end, but I should be able to fix it and make it so it's not an issue. But I don't know exactly how. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. We'll have to see. So today and tomorrow are going to be the interesting days, announcements-wise, or are they dropping stuff all Gamescom long? I think it'll be today and tomorrow. So, Microsoft usually doesn't do an event, do they? Normally, it's just like a single event. So, Microsoft are doing an event today, and then tomorrow is the big Gamescom event with all the new announcements that they normally do, and normally Opening Night Live is pretty good. And then the rest of the week will be like, I guess, longer demos and articles and interviews and things like that, like they normally do for the week of Gamescom. So, you know, who knows what this fucking event is going to be, though. I'm like I said, I'm really not expecting much from this, to be honest. I am not expecting Halo. I'm really not. Because if they were going to show Halo, I think they would have announced it. Like, they would have put on Twitter, come to our Gamescom event to see more Halo. But they haven't done that. And so, to me, that means no Halo. Because they've not been announcing it. There's no way. Like, Microsoft can't afford to be secretive anymore. Or they don't want to be secretive. They want to let everybody know what's happening. Like, they were like, show up to our E3 event because Halo Infinite multiplayer reveal is going to be there. So, you better be there. And I hate that. I kind of hate that. No Fable either. No, I don't expect Fable at all. Not at all. If they're going to show Fable, that'll be E3. But yeah, that's, I mean, there is the potential that I'm completely wrong and they actually are just going to whip out Halo, but I can't see it happening. When does it start? In 1 minute. Well, actually it's 2 minutes, so it's here. Yeah. I think I'll switch off chat when we go into the event. But there you go. We're thinking of split scene co-op campaign release. Well, it's no co-op campaign at all. So there's no co-op campaign at launch. They said they want to have it in 3 months, so it's not just split screen. It's just co-op campaign in general, which sucks. It sucks. I do dislike it. That is disappointing. It definitely is disappointing. The same as no Forge. The fact that they'll both be there is good, but it's concerning more so because it doesn't bother me that much to not have it, right? It's not that not having it bothers me because I can wait the 3 months. Like, it's whatever. I don't really care. 3 months and 6 months for co-op campaign and Forge respectively. But what bothers me about it is that's worrying that they're cutting core content because the game's not finished. They've got to focus their resources on particular things because the game's just not ready to ship. So they're like, well, let's cut out co-op campaign, we'll worry about that later. Let's cut out Forge, we'll worry about that later. We need to worry about multiplayer and campaign, get them as polished as we can for release. It's like they're being rushed. Whereas if they were doing this in plenty of time, everything was ready, the game went gold early enough, like, they'd be able to get in co-op campaign, they'd be able to get in that, it would all be comfortably done. The fact that they haven't is worrying. And imagine this happened in 2007. Like, imagine in 2007... Microsoft were like, oh, Halo 3 won't be shipping with co-op campaign. Everyone would be like, wait, what the fuck? Your game's not done? The hell's going on? It's pretty clear they're being rushed to make this. I think it's pretty clear they're being rushed. And, you know, that's a shame. But hopefully the things that they do launch with will be of good enough quality that the rush won't matter. I'm just worried that the stuff that's there is not finished as well, and we're going to see glitches and whatnot. Oh, the event is starting, boys. Here we go. Okay, let me know if the audio's okay, by the way. Okay! That was loud as fuck. What'd I say? We get Flight Sim. Right off the bat, Flight Sim. Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Game Division of Mexico is muy bonito.
Franco? Oh, it's a gifted sub, thank you.
Look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
This is already gonna suck.
We'll also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
This is not gonna be good.
Let's get started with
this is gonna be bad.
Zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light 2: Stay Human.
Alright. I waked up a little bit. Let me know if that's alright.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer. And this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will
This
give
is
you
all
a
just gonna be
foretaste of parkour
updates.
and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready? Let's go!
And let's go.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this.
Is that Troy Baker?
Probably like many others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador.
My
They tell me
favorite
they had a
city.
vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
Zombie games.
Instead of fighting together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
Swing.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb
Parkour looks cool
their
though.
strength.
But I can't let that happen.
Ooh, that's pretty sick.
At least, not yet.
Ooh.
I need the secrets the city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
Oh, this looks really cool though.
The bazaar needs good people.
Doing the running and stuff and the jumping about.
Doing great so far.
I have to make a difference.
Let's check and see.
Ooh.
Thank you for subbing, you sassy little hog.
Hey, thanks Andy Clark for the sub. Appreciate it.
They say that great change is a series of small gestures. How about this series?
What the hell was that? That looks so weird. A lot of people say these games are really good. I just don't know if I would enjoy them. I don't know.
Is all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timon? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large buildings?
Yeah, it looks a bit boring to me,
That's
but
what
that's
we
just
call a
me.
modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping off them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights
This is
against
such a
humans, which are
weird
more frequent
video.
and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. That's fine. Not personally interested, but I know a lot of people are.
For the first time
so,
in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a
Flight
home
Sim,
console
let's
with
go!
release on Xbox Series X and S
Flight
last
Sim's fun.
month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to the console, and that's why I'm extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I mean, we don't need this at the
York
game's
Newman,
out.
to the stream. York, thank you for being here.
But,
the last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
all right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie.
Yikes.
But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases.
This feels,
that we've been doing for a long time. And
feels
next
like a
month, on
redacted
September
event,
7th,
doesn't it?
We are launching World Update 6. And this World Update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains. So the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation, and we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but you know, for us, it's actually not just the region.
This isn't even like a real conversation. It's like they're both reading from a separate script.
When you love aviation like we do,
oh God,
you actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world, not so much. Yeah. But why not use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside,
Cool.
as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can really do this. And then we're working with, for the Junkers, we work with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers, and he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really to celebrate
I do love
plane
this
and bring
game.
them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. It's a museum with flyable planes. So we're working with 40 museums around the world, and it's
I'm gonna be
one
honest.
of the funnest parts of the
I
job.
expected this event to be more than this. I didn't expect much, but like, holy fuck. I expected it to be less than like a few minor updates. Like, holy shit, it's a Gamescom event, Microsoft. What are we doing? You don't have anything?
Equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity. And we're actually giving those scans
I hate when
back
you
to
watch
the
one of these
museum
and it
so
just
they
feels
can
like
do
a
something with it.
regular
And
event,
it's
like
a great
you know, one of those
collaboration.
inside Xbox
And
events.
we're actually not just looking
Just
back
feels like
at
one
the
of
history
those.
of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have
Doesn't
another
feel like a
announcement.
special
We are
Gamescom
working
event.
with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making an eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So they have a vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane and their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
Ooh, it's like a
I
helicopter.
mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
We are. I'm so happy to
One
announce that
more
we
thing.
partnered with
Whoa.
RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association, and every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race, and we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth, and I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed. We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
Oh man. Epic plane fly race. I mean, it looks fun. Doesn't look not fun. Coming soon. The game's out. Oh my god, we did it though. What's next? Oh man.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Oh my god.
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet. And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out? This is coming out this fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need for speed, so I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
All right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream.
Yeah, that'd
We'll also
be
talk
cool.
with Wasteland 3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
I am an Xbox Game Pass subscriber.
Here I come!
Oh, Xbox. This is just an inside Xbox event. That's all they've done. It's just a regular Xbox event that they would do like week in, week out. Just one of those ones they stream on Twitter, like, but they've just gone, oh, but we're gonna do it. That was quite fun. But we're gonna just do it for Gamescom. Our big Gamescom event. Oh, it's just a regular Xbox event. I thought they'd at least think of something, you know. Oh my god. You telling me you can't even advertise Halo? Your big game coming out at the end of this year, you can't even advertise it? You can't even give us a release date or a short trailer? Are they really not going to do that? Opening night live will be better, yeah, 100%. Hopefully I can do that. Jeff Group said opening live will have Xbox news. Wait, really? So they're not even doing all their Xbox stuff here? Which means Halo could be tomorrow. You said it's only stuff being announced. There's no new announcements. Well, yeah, but I expected at least, you know, Halo. Like, that's been announced. You could do big things without doing new announcements. You know, Halo, Fable.
They added even more games to
I didn't even expect Fable. I expected a short trailer for Halo, maybe.
The game's creative director, and we're gonna see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now,
but this is just a bunch of minor updates. Just a bunch of small, tiny minor updates that could have dropped on Twitter. Like, they didn't need a fucking event.
Let's dive into the pit.
This is silly. It's just a bit weird because like they bait people in by saying, oh, it's the Gamescom event, but it's just like an event they would do anyway. If Gamescom wasn't on, this event would still be happening. It would be another one of those Xbox ID things, Idea Xbox or whatever. It's just one of them. It's just one of them, which is fine. But when you bait people in by saying, oh, this is the Xbox Gamescom event, you expect, you know, let's do something. So it's just a bit of a shame, isn't it? And that's not even to say any of the games shown are bad, because they're not necessarily. Like, that's not necessarily a bad game at all. There's nothing about that where I look at it, I'm like, oh, that game looks complete shit. I'm not going to play it, but, you know. That's not to say it's a bad game. Neither is anything they've shown. But it's still like a... Why are we doing this at a major event? I don't know.
And Adam, I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Age of Empires.
Yeah, I have. So, you know, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, you know, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that, and we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get 1 moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you've actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes, I have. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
Excellent. Well, this I got to see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet.
Let's see the trebuchet.
Was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances.
Watching a history lesson on a...
At Warwick Castle in England.
Warwick Castle! Let's go!
One of the largest in the world.
That's right near me! Warwick Castle represent, let's go boys.
China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So
Man,
this is
I'm
one of
tired.
the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's
That's
essential
sick.
about launching a projectile as far as possible is
This is the
making
best
sure
part.
that this end of
I
the
like
arm
history.
is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed.
That's cool, man.
Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow
How
the
did they
same trajectory,
ever get into a
they all had to be
castle?
the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load
Whoa,
this
look at
projectile
that.
into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
That's wild.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies.
Beehives? What?
Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Throwing a dead body at the enemy. Imagine you just sitting there in your castle and you just get a dead body slap against your wall. Can it
was the
throw me? It can.
counterweight
It can,
trebuchet's
Katie. It can
lethal
throw you.
combination of power and accuracy
Come on, Katie. Go get in that.
made it the
Come on.
ultimate medieval siege weapon.
Hop in. We'll launch you at the castle wall. That was the best part of the event. I had fun during that.
You know I'm going to say trebuchet. Don't care because that is
Oh.
awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know,
How
one
are
of the
these
things
real
when we were
human
looking at
beings
what
that
we're gonna do with
exist?
Age of Empires 4,
Someone needs
there's
to give
phrase
him a
I'm really
quick
fond of,
fucking
which is,
slap.
history is only as interesting as
Jesus
the people who taught it to
Christ.
you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate
never been
about
fucking
history, it
bullied
really comes
before. Holy
across. We
shit.
wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that
Was there a
kind of
Halo
in our
yet?
briefings
No,
as
they-
well,
which they
where we
probably
got, like,
won't.
real stuff with like CG kind of
You
overlay.
never know. They
to
could have
show
a
you the
one
history.
more thing, but I
And
doubt
so
it.
for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC and won every award you
Yeah,
can
where
imagine
do they
for
get the dead
media.
bodies? I
And
don't know.
they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery.
Okay.
And I'm going to let your imagination
First or second
go
Black Death
with what we
Plague
might
got really
show and
bad.
what we might talk about in that one.
Flying infected
But the thing I love about it
bodies
is that they go all
over
over
the
place.
walls.
So,
Holy
we've got ones on
shit.
warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming
That's
arrows
cool.
from not going out
I mean,
once you
it's not,
shot
but-
them. And so
It's over! They've saved us! Amazing! It's all finished. The event is done. It's gone. Thank you, Microsoft. Wow, and you've done it again. Incredible. I actually don't know what just happened. The event's just died. It's actually just died completely. Yeah, it's just a black screen. It's literally just a black screen. Is that it? It's just
Thank you
gone?
for subbing, you sassy little pog champ.
Hey, thanks for the
When
sub,
the history
Anton.
lesson is the best part of the game show.
I know. Oh my god, I can't believe they've done this. Let's use the YouTube Premiere. X-Boix.
When you're playing as them in the campaign, in the game.
In the game. I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys... Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people, that you and the team do so much research. And it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But, I mean, what was that approach like to sort of, you know, sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do, is try to tell these stories in a different way. And but I'll tell you, like, full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking, because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're like, we're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And you know, every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh God, is it gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great. And it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, you know, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned journey, because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, you know, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing. But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 with our friends at Playground Games.
What the fuck?
Let's catch up with Paris, who's
Didn't
gone
that
from
release
flying the skies in
years
Microsoft Flight
ago?
Sim to a different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already
That's
available
right,
on
Kate.
Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out
There's
of
a
hard
third
drive
one. She
space,
said
no waiting
State
to
of Decay
patch,
2,
and
didn't
no
she?
buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me
Celeste.
really show you the future, where you can pick up something and you can play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
Well, that's cool.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
I don't know if cloud gaming will ever pick up how they want it to.
And you
but
want to keep the ones that you know you love on
I
your
like
hard
Halo.
drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
We're targeting 1080p at 60 frames per second.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
The process itself to get
60
into
frames,
cloud
that's
gaming
really
feels like you're
smooth.
playing a console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
If my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send me an invite. It makes content just so much more accessible.
Content. I kind of
I really
hate that
love the
word used for
flexibility.
like games and movies
Awesome.
and stuff.
Everything that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of the limits of having to be on a specific platform or a specific console, play on PC and mobile, and now on Gen 8.
Yeah, Gen 8 consoles can play Gen 9 content. Isn't that so cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers,
It definitely
to
is
allow
cool.
the Gen 8 customers, the Xbox One customers, to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity when it comes to thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play where they want to.
Just
Sign me
means
up.
you've got to
I'm ready
stream
for cloud
those.
gaming right now.
It's
Let's
gonna
do
be
it. When's the release date? When does it release?
Wild. I mean, it's not cool. It's not cool. It is cool. And that being included in
August
Game
9th
Pass
saw
Ultimate
the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to
I need
relive
to play
Senua's
this.
journey
I need to play
or
this.
experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything.
Cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. What the fuck were the games about then?
Now, Kate.
Oh, they're finally adding cars to Forza. Let's go. I've wanted them for so long.
3. Their newest DLC
Oh
introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
The Holy Detonation is life.
Who's hyped for the Cult of the Holy Detonation, lads? Because I am.
Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you. Set on a righteous path. The
Can I go
Holy
home now, James?
Detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone. May the light of the Holy Detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
Gaming.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland
not what they
3
meant.
just
Yeah,
gets better with
obviously.
age. To really savor the
Obviously.
game's bouquet, we're
Fucking
talking
idiot.
with In Exile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for
See the new
joining us.
Witcher anime movie on Netflix?
Thanks.
So in the
Is
trailer,
it
we
out?
saw that the DLC is coming
I've
out
not,
on
but I
October
should watch it.
5th. But we know, In Exile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working non-stop full tilt, trying to
Came
make
out
Wasteland
yesterday?
3
Oh,
the
shit.
best version of
I wanna
itself
watch
it
it.
could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland
I'll have to
3.
watch
Now,
that.
this
I will have to watch
DLC
that.
is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god. And, these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past. But this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right, right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, you know, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steeltown, right? Yeah. You had giant robots and things like that. So, you know, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted like returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl. And in there you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland game.
Are there any cars to Forza?
I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner.
I wish they were adding
Ka-Chow
cars.
Going on
Oh my god.
rampages.
Could you imagine that?
It's not about killing, it's
Forza
about
Horizon
getting
5
the job
adds the
done.
cars
So
from
now,
Disney
combat
Pixar.
doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a like mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun and silly. Like Exile's modus operandi.
I hate that. I hate it.
If we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh,
let the video game devs be all silly. Let them do the silly decision.
We want to make something that entertains us, and then we.
Because as we know, game developers are historically hilarious people.
And so we got to explore, like, really
with a great sense of humor.
This like weird radiation.
I took like Dobby because that's what game developers sound like.
And talk with them. And tell stories and like maybe even join them.
Yeah.
And so, like for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you
Unless
meet,
of course
is
you know
this
you're at
slattering
Sony, then you're a
beast. He's
Chad.
got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads. It'll be great." And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile.
That's just what I want from my games.
Kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass.
I love
like
sitting
melt,
down
like,
and
like
having a silly zombie there because it's so funny. I like laughing when I sit play my games.
He needs a translator supposedly, but he's like your #1 fan. And getting to build like this totally out there, wild, extreme character was a ton of fun to write for.
Totally wild.
It's a ton of fun to like explore,
totally
like
crazy
what makes this
character.
And he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. But we get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know,
goof and
a
fun.
lot of really important stuff is at stake, but you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Oh, I can imagine. Now, we talked before, you've been working on Wasteland 3 for a while. There's already expansions that are out there. But say I'm a new player, say I'm watching this right now and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we've put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults and the boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this work of passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is awesome. So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation.
Cult of the Holy
Detonation coming October 5th. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Barish. Appreciate it.
All right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more.
Halo!
Today,
okay, sorry.
We're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Okay. Borderlands ship. Wow.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired by Borderlands, into Sea of Thieves. And we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved, but if you head to Larina at any of the outposts in the Sea of Thieves world, she'll be able to fill you in on the details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it starts today.
Yeah, it's not inspired by Borderlands. It's just got colours and a logo on it.
On the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
You said it. As always. Jump.
Hope. It's always been a dangerous world in Trumbull Valley.
The fuck is this? Zombie game? Oh, it's State of Decay,
No.
right?
It's hope that brings us back together.
I played this when it came out,
It
and my
reunites
god,
old
I've never
friends.
played something so boring in all my life.
Builds new bonds. And in the face of a growing threat,
And it shocks me that there is probably someone out there that loves this game so much. New map. God, zombie games, man. I'm just so, like, old and jaded. I can't get excited for this. Like, I just can't. I can't get excited for anything. It's impossible. Unless it's something genuinely, like, so good.
Well, just
I
like
just
zombies
can't.
themselves, it seems everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us
Oh,
through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello.
Let's
I'm
have a
great.
long
Great to
conversation
be
about
here,
this one.
About the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited
It's
to
all
get this
in
into
here.
players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered.
Why is this an
and it
actual event
expands
they've
into
done?
2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has
James,
to
you know
offer.
hurt the poor devs' feelings. Don't you ever stop complaining?
Yeah, exactly
James,
right.
don't be mean.
So the events in Heartland
Don't be mean, James.
kind of play out. You see
Be
what
excited for
happens in Trumbull
everything.
Valley. So we think of it as the 3rd part of our Trumbull saga.
Laser, I'll have you know, okay, there is somebody out there, myself included, that are very excited for State of Decay 2. So the fact you said it's boring is wrong, because I don't think that. So you're wrong. You don't speak for all of us, James.
Environmental storytelling to find. And, you know, things have changed. So
I do
this
actually.
isn't the
I
Trumbull
do
Valley
actually.
that players might
Anyone who's anyone knows,
Interesting. Well, and
I
anytime you
speak for
expand
everyone.
something like
So
Trumbull Valley, you just have to have
if I
a
say it's
juggernaut
boring,
of content, pun
it just
intended.
is.
Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique with the Trumbull Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be from the bounty broker across
So
all maps.
hyped.
And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game.
Oh,
I'm so
yes!
excited for people to find them.
I love cool
Juggernaut
weapons.
amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that
I
second
love
pun
it.
of the day. That works out great. But let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's
So
absolutely
fucking
an integral
hyped.
part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on
I hope it's a
Xbox
big
Game Pass,
rocket
how
launcher
has that impacted the
with a
community?
chainsaw
How's
on the other
game?
end.
Talk
That'd
to
be
me about
so
It's
epic.
fantastic. And, you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone.
Thank you
that
so
we're
much, the
celebrating.
devs.
State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime
I love you,
players.
the devs.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That is
Really grateful.
Incredible.
Hang your head in
amazing news.
shame
Congratulations
if you're
to you
one
and
of
the
them,
entire team
because
at Undead
fucking
Labs.
hell, do something else,
Fantastic
eh?
work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
Oh.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2
So
owners,
much
and
of
it's
the
included with
devs.
Xbox Game Pass.
I love you,
Happy
the devs.
homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
Let's go. True, I am one of them. That is true, actually. Okay, I don't know
In
what that is.
Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out.
Oh, but that's so
Between epic
cute and
fights
silly and
small
funny.
guys,
I love it. Oh my
really a lot
god.
going
I
on
wonder if
here.
we can
So
pet
let's
the
hear
cute
more
little guy. I
on
wonder if we
point
can.
blank games about
I better
Strayblade.
go and follow the Can You Pet the Dog on Twitter so that I know if you can pet it. I really hope so.
I will show you Strayblade. Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who's
I don't
exploring
care. I want to
ancient
know about the
valley
cute
of
fluffy
Akria with
animal.
his companion, a
Can I
witchy
pet
wolf
the cute
named
fluff?
Koji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, master the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the
Sekiro?
high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration.
Oh, I hate the
Kriya's
motion
colourful
blur.
world
Oh
ranges
god,
from
it looks like an
overgrown city
Unreal
ruins
game
to
that just...
frozen caves and winding
It's like a
canyons.
default Unreal
Together with
Engine
your
game.
companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world, bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons,
Looks very
lore
Soulsborne,
pieces,
doesn't
and
it?
beautiful
Inspired.
places. Change is part of your journey.
To be
where
expected,
every
there's
victory
plenty of
impacts
those.
the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead. New foes invade camps that you weakened. And when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights. We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
Short but sweet. I say you do a game. A little game reveal. A little game bit and bobs. Hey, I love this game!
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
Oh god, it's so
We're
cringe!
talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
My son, we must never.
I wonder how
forget
this
the
plays on
crimes
console, though.
committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed.
I love this game though. I love
Never
it. It's so
understood
good.
That the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers, not swords. Only the small-minded measure success across the span of a single life.
I will stream this
The
at some
real
point, I
game
will.
is played across generations.
Oh, it's so fun. Oh, I'm gonna play it again if they keep showing me the game.
You see, real strategy.
I had such a problem though.
requires cunning.
When I started playing this, it was a real problem. I couldn't stop playing it. I could not stop playing it. And I had to stop myself, and I've not played it since because I had to stop myself. But it's such a good game.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies.
Oh my
We've all gotten into some weird stuff.
Why do
this
they
past
always
year.
focus on, oh, this thing is a
Weird,
silly
like,
thing, that makes the
diving
game
into
good?
people's brains and
Like,
exploring their
there
mental
is so much
universes
about this
projected
game that is
into a
good. Why are you
psychedelic
like,
60s
oh, epic
Wonderland
8-year-old
kind of
being
weird?
king, they're so funny and silly, that makes game good.
Which means I am so
these are like
excited for
grown
Psychonauts to finally
fucking,
get a
like,
sequel.
they're
It
like
has been
adult
so
children. Like, for fuck's
There really
sake.
is something special about
Why is your
Psychonauts, isn't
brain half switched off? It's like you've been clubbed over the fucking head. Not everything has to be funny and silly and cute. Like, fucking hell.
That year we're talking Resident Evil.
Let's talk about the
4, Battlefield
games.
2, Call of Duty 2. These were great games, for sure. But they were big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark,
I'm like
and
just so
combative.
sick of
Not to
these
mention having
events.
some
These fucking
deceptively deep character
cringy events. I just can't fucking
That's
stand
why
it.
the original is
These
considered
fake
a
fucking
cult
people.
classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this won't take too long.
I really hope this is just like talking real life. I hope so too. I hope they talk to like all the people. Oh man. It's definitely heavily scripted. 100%. I just hate it. I still hate it. It pisses me off.
My name is Raz, and
I swear this game, why is it not out yet? They've been announcing this for, like, showing this off for years now. Just release it.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can't we just... No.
Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target.
Comes out tomorrow? Oh, finally.
And I've got
Holy
eyes
fuck.
on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
This is like a game I'd probably play and actually really enjoy if it was just sat, like I was sat in front of it and I had to play it. But I'm never gonna like go out of my way to buy it and like get the game. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I could, but you know.
Leave it to me.
Oh man, if they started to show Deathloop, I would just be, I'd end the stream. I'd end the stream if they showed Deathloop, but I think it's a PlayStation exclusive, right? Wait, is it?
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for
No, it's
Psychonauts
not.
2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette Teatree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot.
It's Tim
to us. We really
Schafer,
love it
yeah,
here at
from
Double
the
Fine, and we know
meme.
there's a lot of fans. It meant a lot to them, and so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style
I'm
of Wonk that
hungry.
is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we're really focused on
They really
how
do
we could
treat
bring
you like a
forward
fucking
that style
child at
Wonk
these events.
and also
It's so
bring in
weird.
new levels and enemies.
It's one of the
Yeah, of
things
course,
that
it
I
wouldn't
really
be Psychonauts
appreciate
without
PlayStation
new
for.
mental
They just get
demons.
onto the
And I'm
games.
sure it's happening
As a
in
matter of
Psychonauts
fact,
too.
fucking
What
let's get
does
on with
this
it.
mean? Does it mean
Very
basically is that we're
business
finally able to
focused.
slap COVID anxiety in the face?
I don't need these bullshit
Well,
fake
I don't think it's
personalities
a
shoved in my
slap
face.
anxiety
It's
in
so
the face, but you definitely
annoying.
get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely sensor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are
What
a
meme
slow,
is he from? It was a
sticky
message
melee
that I
enemy.
got.
You're also seeing our enabler here. He is our it energizes our whole combat troop. So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
Including the new Bad Mood.
Including the Bad Mood.
Which is...
It's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills. One being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis. He has these powers which people might recognize from the first game, as well as 3 new powers for the second game. He has the ability to mentally connect thoughts together, and he can connect 2 thoughts and actually connect 2 thoughts together to solve puzzles and to navigate.
I think that I said, what do you think
the power of time bubble, which
so
is
what do you
just
think? Yeah, they do that, don't
slow
they?
down how things are
So
moving
what do you
by
think?
changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection, which allows him to pull an archetype, a personality, out of his unconscious mind and bring it into the world that he's in, like a companion in battle or in puzzle solving.
But let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts, we saw Raz training to be part of an organization, and now perhaps he's part of a whole organization at this point. And are there other brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely different circus?
Yeah, we have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the organization.
Bottom.
I made a
right
tweet.
Down at the bottom.
Sums up my thoughts on this event so
way back to
far.
the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp. And much to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all his new friends. And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of the circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine on the launch of Psychonauts 2.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can catch more of Tim Schafer and ask him those burning questions about the newest game in the fan favorite franchise in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow. But first, we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely satisfying 4K
How long is this
trailer
event?
for The Gunk.
How long is this event? It's gonna go on forever. It doesn't end. There's no end to it.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the ship's insurance won't cover alien storm damage. You have to be careful out there.
Oh boy.
The Gunk's eating everything here.
The Gunk.
This planet is literally a paradise when the Gunk's gone.
Pretty game. Yeah, we have the in-depth Forza Horizon 5. Well, that's cool, because I'm looking forward to that one, so at least I'll have a bit of fun there, I guess.
Oh, please, Max.
Oh, man, I'm tired. Holy shit, I just want to go to sleep.
We have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that Flight Sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. but I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as
Oh,
talking
I
to
hate
the creators.
this.
Just trust me when I tell you. Be
This
excited
is
for Psychonauts
fucking
2.
garbage.
This as
Just
well. I am
stop.
excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2
Jesus,
on our
people
Xbox
don't.
Play
People, this is not what people
Yes,
are like.
Don't forget, Xbox Plays
Holy
will
fuck,
recap all
they're
the
so
week's
out of
news
touch.
throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox. So make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, shut up.
It's hands down the best
Nobody
part of the
speaks
job.
like that. Oh, epic
But we're
nerd.
far from
Fuck
done
off. Go outside.
Now, in June,
Jesus
Playground
Christ.
Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated
touch a
follow-up
tree.
to 2018's
Fucking hell.
breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon
I hate
4
this.
arrives on November 9th
Fucking hate
on
this.
Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass, console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza
All right,
Horizon 5 controller,
let's go.
which is available for pre-order today, so players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard
Shut
edition
up.
of the game launches.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Watch this just be like fucking blue and orange and shit, and that's it. It's a controller that is a car. Oh. Oh, it's all like see-through. Like the olden days. Remember those controllers? Wait, is it see-through? It is, right? Yeah, it looks hideous as fuck. It's one of those old school controllers that was all see-through back in the day. Come on, there's a bit of nostalgia there though, boys. Did you ever used to play with like a see-through controller that was like, just, like translucent blue? Those are the good old days. Those are the good old days, man. The transparent controllers. I don't really know
Charlie
how to
here,
do
and
Forza,
I'm at
no, I
Playground
don't know.
Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this? That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we
I
obviously
wouldn't
just saw a
call
really
it
cool video about it,
stunning.
and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much we do want
He
to show
doesn't
the
love it.
fans, and
He's
it's
a
quite
normal
difficult
man.
to
He doesn't
decide where
love
to
it.
start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and
God,
vibrant
thank God we're with
Mexico.
someone English
Players are
and
going to set
normal.
out across
Oh,
the largest, most
thank
diverse
God. I feel like I'm
open
at
world
home.
we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and people think that Mexico is just a desert or a beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
That's right. Even though it does have pretty awesome beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR
this is
sky
like
captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like
best interview
you're
they've
really
done.
there. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
This game will be good. I'm just glad the Danger Zone guy and the vroom vroom girl is gone. I love car games. I love Forza. That looks cool. Starting
Now,
into
those are two
Playground Games
very
September.
different
Oh
ways to
shit, that's
explore Mexico.
awesome.
So what I want to know is why
luck
those
to
two
you.
cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes-AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology.
Get me all the
almost
info
one-to-one
about
from
Fable,
track
if
to
you
the
could.
street.
That'd be great.
And
DM me.
with the 2021 Ford
joking,
Bronco
don't.
Badlands, you know, that's
Dude.
primed for
But don't.
rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game. So I
Car
don't want
speed
to keep
run,
them
let's
waiting any
go.
longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5.
I don't think that I will.
But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Alright, nice bit of gameplay. Let's see Horizon 5. This game's gonna be cool. Oh shit. Oh, look at that. That looks so nice. Ooh. Man, it looks so good.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
Looks really nice. Somehow, yeah, it does look better than Forza Horizon 4, which it's nice to see because Forza Horizon 4 looks so good. Wow, holy shit. Okay, this looks fun. I fucking love racing games. This looks sick.
There might be a little bit of traffic ahead. Watch out for that.
Yo. Imagine he landed on the car and murdered the man inside.
Making new friends, eh? You go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery.
Ooh.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
Oh man, this looks so good.
So now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
I definitely don't want to see a hyper-realistic Fable. 100% no. It's got to be stylized.
Keep going.
Oh, it looks so good. Ooh. Oh, look at the water on the car there. Oh, man. Hey, Forza Horizon 4 setting was not dog shit. It was the best damn setting, alright? Nah, it was. I really I did like the setting. And partially it's because, you know, from there, it was nice. But I think this is the best setting since the first game, to be honest. I was never a huge fan of the setting of 2 and 3. This, though, looks really good as a setting. Forza Horizon 1 was my favorite, though. Colorado was such a good setting for a racing game. Such a good setting. This looks really good, though.
Okay, on my mark. 5, 4. Now that's
I mean, I don't dislike any of the Forza Horizon settings, but
This could get a little rough.
none of the settings ever hit the same way the first one did. I don't know. The first one for me was a great setting. 2 was like, yeah, pretty good. 3, I never really played 3, to be honest.
Not even a scratch.
4, though, I did really like 4. This looks really good,
Porsche
though.
911 Desert Flyer, crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos.
Forza Horizon 1 was always my favorite of the Horizon games. But I don't know. A lot of that's nostalgia, though. But the setting remains still my favorite. This setting looks really good, though. Could be my favorite, or a close second. Depends. But I think it's really nice and varied and exotic and, like, interesting. I love, like, sand and deserty areas and shit. Like, this looks so sick. Like, this jungly environment. Oh, man. This game is going to be so fun.
I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge.
Yeah, Horizon 4 did feel quite small. That's actually a really good point. Ooh. Man, it's just so beautiful.
¡Qué maravilla! You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
Flamingo.
This is the final drop. The whole festival is waiting. Go, go, go!
Oh, look at that Mercedes. That's so nice.
What do you say?
Look at this, man. It just looks so vast. Which
And
is
on the
something
final
that
leg,
makes
we have
these
the
games
stunning
great.
Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico.
This looks great.
We've already had cars falling out of the sky, but all eyes are on the superstar making their way to the festival right now.
Oh, this looks really good.
If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of your life.
Horizon Forza games are open world. Regular Forza game, motorsport games, they're not. They're like linear career-based driving sim sort of things. Whereas these are a bit more fun, like fun, casual sort of open world driving games. Motorsport is a bit more serious. Oh, look at that. That's so sick. Sick. That was great. That was good. That was good. Big fan. That was good. Whew. Alright, well, there we go. That was the event. Overall, the event sucked dick. But there you go. It was a, very, 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 very mediocre average event that can, suck my dick. Thanks, Microsoft, for wasting my time. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So there you go. Wow. That event was just shit. It was just shit. But I know Elva's going live now, so we can give Elva a raid. She's going to be going live with, I believe she's playing some Sleeping Dogs, so that'll be a bit of fun for you to spend your night watching that if you want, and I'll just tune in, have it on in the background while I'm grinding out some Halo stuff, get myself something to eat. That's going to be a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to that. But tomorrow, so let's talk about what's happening. So tomorrow is the opening night live event, right? So tomorrow is the big Gamescom event, okay? Now, that is at 7 p.m., okay? And so tomorrow, initially why I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to be able to do it, is tomorrow, it should have been 2 weeks ago, it should have been 2 weeks ago, but I'm actually having surgery tomorrow. So I got to be at the hospital, I got to be cut open, and I'm having surgery. And this is not related to my head issues at all, this is something else entirely. So that's what's happening tomorrow. However, though, the reason I'm having it, it's been to do with, so since like May last year, I've been having terrible like abdominal pains and like back pains and like pains in my leg and shit. Like it's just been really bad, and they've had to like do this surgery. They said like it's not the thing. I don't have a hernia, but it's similar. Like it mimics it, the pain anyway. But they're gonna fix it or whatever. So they've taken them so long to figure out what's wrong with me, but they finally figured it out, and so I'm having that surgery tomorrow, assuming it doesn't get rescheduled again, because it was meant to be 2 weeks ago, but then they had to reschedule it because of shortages or whatever. So that's happening. Thank you guys so much for the good luck, so I appreciate it. But so that's happening tomorrow. However, right, okay, so obviously, look, I'm not gonna push myself, okay, but I am, like they've said, I've managed to make sure that I am top of the list for tomorrow, right? So I'm the first one. So I'm getting admitted. My admission is at 9 a.m. around abouts, and I'm the first one, so I should have it done pretty soon. It's not a very long surgery, and recovery shouldn't be that long either. So I'm not staying overnight or anything like that, so I should be out relatively quick. I should only really be there for, you know, a few hours, really. But if, like, I recover from the anesthetic well and I'm doing alright, I don't feel too sick, you know, my head's clear, if I'm doing alright tomorrow when I get back, I'll chill out for a while, and if I feel good to do the event, if I can just, because I'm going to watch it anyway. Like, the only reason I wouldn't watch it is if, like, I feel so bad that I'm just going to, you know, fall asleep, and that's all I want to do. If that's the case, then that's what I'll do. But if I feel alright to just flick on a camera and sit down and watch an event, then I will. Because there's a lot of good things happening tomorrow, and I don't want to miss it. So if I feel okay, then I'll be there, and I will do it. And I'll let you know on Twitter what my plan is, and if I'm going to do it, I'll let you know tomorrow what my plan is for that. But hopefully I'll be alright to just sit down and do it. And then what I won't do is I won't push myself any further after that. So Thursday, Friday, whatever, depends how I am. I'll see how I am. Like, if I recover really quick, which I might do, they said, like, it's not a long recovery time for it, so I should be okay-ish, right? My biggest worry is just waking up from the anesthetic. Like, how much is that going to fuck me up over the rest of the day? Like, am I just going to be exhausted, super lethargic? Like, that's my biggest issue. It's not really, you know, the soreness and the aching from the surgery. I think I'll be fine. I don't really give a shit about that. That's whatever. I don't really care. I'll just take it easy. So it all depends on those things, but I'll let you know how I'm doing in terms of the event tomorrow. If I can just sit down and watch a gaming show for an hour, then I will. But then I probably won't be live like Thursday, and maybe not Friday. We'll see. But I'll let you know how quickly I recover after it. And then I'll be good to go. But yeah, I should be alright. And if I'm not live for it for whatever reason, I know Eddie is going to be live. So over on Conversations, twitch.tv/Conversations, or Conversations, I don't remember what their Twitch is. It's Conversations. They're going to be live doing it, so Eddie will be live. I don't know whether Sheps is joining it, but I know Eddie will be live. So if I'm not, Conversations will be, and that's where I would recommend going. That's where I recommend going if I'm not about, but I'll try to be. So I will see. I will see how I am and what's happening, but I'll let you all know tomorrow. I'll keep you updated on Twitter, so that'll be happening, and then we'll see. exactly how it goes, but my plan is that I should be home and doing okay with enough time to do the thing. But there you go. That's my basic plan for it. Just wanted to let you know. I didn't want to let anyone know, like, I didn't want to, like, say, you know, too far back. I wanted to wait until just, like, the day before to let everybody know, because, and by the way, we're raiding Elva, so I've set up a raid there, so go over, follow, chill out in her chat. She's better than me. Her streams are better than mine. I fucking love chilling in Elva's chat. It's always so, the vibes, man. The vibes are just good. And that's the kind of vibe I need tonight. Yeah, so that is my plan. That is my plan. Elva's doing Sleeping Dogs. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Maybe. I'll let you know. But those are my plans. So there you go. I didn't want to say too early on, because I didn't want everyone to, like, freak out or to be, like, over dramatic. Like, I just wanted to be, like, the day before, just like, oh, by the way, I'm having a surgery tomorrow. Just to let everybody know that it was happening, but without going, you know, too overboard on it or whatever. So yeah, there's that. It's a super simple one. Recovery should be simple, but I just wanted to let you know that it was happening. Because why not? I'm obviously going to let you know. But there you go. Thank you guys so much for the good lucks. Thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate it. I've not had surgery since I was a kid, so there's a fraction of anxiety there. Like, yeah, they are going to cut me open. That's a little bit scary, isn't it? But I'm fine. I'm not too worried. I'm just, whatever. It's a simple thing. It'll be, you know, a couple hours in the hospital, then I'll be out of there and recovering, so we'll be all right. So that's cool. Anyway, good stuff. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all over at Elva's stream. Show us some love. Shit.